want to save this. So we're going to be building on this idea that we can use intensity to create value and see the variations that happen when we start to add white to these tones. The reason for that is it's possible for you to use just a complementary color pair to make an entire painting. So this is a level 2 example, and you can see all of these like browns and grays that are happening in the background. I am only using 3 colors for this painting: yellow, purple, and white. This is only a complementary color pair mixed with white. That's it. So a complementary color pair is the most powerful pair of colors you can use to make a painting, because we get all of this variety in color when we lighten it up. This one is the same. It's the other yellow and purple, although there is a little bit of red that's been added in, okay? But you can see like we get a lot of color variation out of just 2 colors, which is sort of amazing. So and then we don't see that when we don't add white because we have so much dark. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to do this exact same thing, but I'm going to build it having the white included. So I have my orange over here, and I'm gonna grab white to lighten the pile up. And I want it fairly light, and I'm gonna make kind of a big pile because you'll see that I keep using the same, there we go, same pile of paint. So here's my just orange with white. Now, it's the same process as here. I'm just gonna grab the tiniest bit of blue and mix it in. And you'll see that my paint starts to gray. I'm gonna take a little bit more blue and mix it in. I don't know that I grabbed enough. Maybe now. Yep, it got just a little bit darker. I'm gonna try to stir in the rest of this blue and maybe grab just a little bit more. And now I want to make the color that happens between the orange and the blue with the white added in. So this is going to be a brown or a gray. It should feel neutral. It should not feel orange or blue. It should feel like a combination between orange and blue. I am then going to start over on the opposite side doing the exact same thing, and I'm going to paint right over this one that I showed you earlier. So I'm gonna start here and then do the same philosophy. I'm gonna take my blue, I'm gonna mix it out here. I'm gonna add my white to lighten it up. I am going to paint that here. And now I'm going to grab a little bit of orange. A little bit more orange. A little bit more orange. Went all the way orange, so now I have to grab a little more blue. It's that weird back and forth process. This should feel a little more blue. Yep, a little cooler. So now I have versions of these colors, and there would be a darker version in between. Like we could run a whole value scale between these colors. But you can see now I have these lighter versions, and now we can see some of these lighter versions to shade this to be blue if I wanted, or any range of different opportunities. So I could go ahead and decide, yeah, I kind of think I want to shade a blue cone this time, but I'm going to make it a very gray blue cone. So I'm going to do the top gray. I'm going to go down the side kind of gray. And this is the gray that I make with blue and orange. And now I could just add a little more blue. And maybe a little more blue to darken it up, along with a little more orange. And that will start to get a little murkier. And now I'm gonna add a little bit more of both. We're gonna get darker still. No, or we don't. And you can see this is a mess right now. Beauty of acrylic paint and working fast enough is, now I'm gonna be able to clean and dry my paintbrush and work to blend these together to shade this a little bit. I'm gonna add a little more blue over here. There we go. And make that three-dimensional effect happen using these kind of murky, sort of dark gray green colors that I get when I mix orange and blue, right? So when you're ready for it, that's the next step. And you'll be able to take your time a little bit. I'm obviously rushing.